Hello, it's Alpha here. We are back on the global servers, and today I will quickly show you the Supreme Arena teams that I'm using this week. And yeah, let's get straight into it. The team number one that I'm using this week is the Bonnie Santrana team. And then I use Igor as the stall hero for the team. And then I use Dunninger to block the enemy ultimates. And then also as the last hero to get the Gravebone faction bonus, I have Callan. But you could definitely use a different Gravebone hero if you don't have Callan, for example. So far, he has been working very well for me, even though my Callan is only just a Supreme Plus level. Today, I won all of my 3 attacks using this team, and then I also won 5 defenses. You could also use this team on the map 3 instead of running it on the map 1, and then it would look something like this. But right now I'm testing it on the map 1. And here are some of the results from these fights. And then I'll show you a couple replays from these same results. Then for the second team, we have a Wilder team with Siren and Theodore combo, so that our Siren can ultimate quickly. And then we have Ravion giving crowd control protection to Lily May and Athalia, and also just buffing their damage. And yeah, the idea is just to burst down the enemy team as fast as possible. And this week, the Supreme Arena will be a bit different from the previous weeks, because we don't have the global 100% health increase on heroes anymore. So now burst teams are going to be more effective compared to the previous week. So this is an example of where a burst team can be very effective. I also use this on my other account. So if I combine both of those stats, I was able to win 5 of the 6 attacks today where I was using this team, and then 6 of the 7 defenses where I was using this team. And here are a couple of the examples of the matches that we won. And you can see that I only have Paragon 1 Theodore with plus 10 level EX weapon. And then I only have Supreme plus Ravion and Supreme plus Athalia. But this team is still doing well. And we are able to win against teams that have like some Paragon 4 heroes, etc. And you can see that the Athalia is doing like insanely high damage now with the double health gone. And then for my last team, I have a Shemira Pandora team. But for my account, this is kind of a throwaway team. I don't really expect this team to win much. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this team can win. But the thing is that you have to be like about even in terms of like EX weapons and Paragon levels compared to the people who you're attacking, especially like your Shemira has to be like about even. So you saw from the previous stats where I was using like Athalia, etc. And Athalia is only Supreme Plus, and I was able to win against some like Paragon 4 heroes, etc. But that is not really true with this team. So that is kind of like the issue for me right now, because I'm in a situation where my opponents usually have like higher Paragon Shemiras than I do. So if I had the option, I would not use this team, but I don't really have any other good teams either. So that's why I'm kind of using this, but I expect it to lose anyway. So far, this has lost 4 of the 5 defenses and all of the attacks. So basically, I'm only winning on the other 2 teams currently. Previously, I had this team in the map 1, but because most people I think are using this team on the map 1, so maybe if people don't like always bother switching around their teams, then maybe you can fight against some other teams, then mirror matches in the map 3. So that's the idea why I have this team on the map 3, but if you used it in the map 1, then it would look something like this instead. Now instead of Saida, I don't even know if Saida is that good in this team anymore because the health buff is gone. Instead of Saida, you could use pretty much anything else. Something like Damon, for example, could be good. So here are some other team ideas instead of the team 3. So for example, if you have a Perseus team, I would try using Perseus instead. So that could be something like a Mauler Perseus team with Gerda and Sandrock. And then the last Mauler could be Shakir, for example. And then the last hero can be something like Ludovic, if you have charms on Ludovic. Or then it could be like Laika or Faramore instead of Ludovic. And then you could do something like Dionel team if you have Dionel. Then if you have Indris, you could do some kind of like a Wilder Indris team. And if you have Aliceth, then Aliceth can be nice with Indris. If you have Tailene, then Tailene can be nice with Tassi. So you could do like Aliceth and Indris and Tailene and Tassi. Then if you want to do a Bonnie Satrana team, but you don't have Igor and Dunninger, then you could do like the Wilder version of the team. So the placement could look something like this, for example. I guess instead of Olmos, you could use some other hero as well. And then, yeah, here is just a example of the Shemira team that I'm using on my free-to-play account. But once again, I don't expect this team to do that well. But yeah, I don't have Saida, so I'm using Twins. And to maximize the links, I have it on map 1 instead of the map 3. And then the last hero is just kind of like based on who I have on High Paragon. So that's why I'm using Brian, but you could use pretty much anything as the last hero. That was the quick look into the teams that I'm using and some other alternative teams that you could use based on the heroes that you have. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!